Hey, how's it going? I'm Keenan Williams.
And I'm Olivia Williams.
And this is Love and Riches. We cover so many topics about marriage, love, business, money, all of that, guys, because our main objective is to get you guys together forever and paid forever.
Forever.
Right? That's pretty much what we try to do anyways. You know, me and my wife, we met back in 2014. 2014, guys, you know, struggling like the rest of them, just like everybody else. Started a business in 2018, right? After going broke 3 times, trying to do little miscellaneous things. Before we actually started our first business, we made $1 million in our first 5 months.
First 5 months.
And $3 million by the first year.
$3
million in the first year of business. Obviously, that's super amazing, right? It's just so much to that story, so much that went into it, right? And we've been married since 2017.
Yes,
right?
And we just recently had our anniversary. This past July 7th.
And we finally remembered, right?
We finally remembered our anniversary because we missed a lot. We missed a lot of anniversaries
And
working.
before y'all say it's the man's fault, y'all gotta understand, like we be working.
We be working.
Like we found out about our anniversary from relatives texting us and saying, "Hey, happy anniversary!" We're like, "Oh shoot, it is today."
Yeah, I got a whole list of Facebooks. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. They knew because of the pictures. I was like, "Oh, it's my anniversary."
Yeah, you know, Facebook letting everybody know. Like,
yeah.
That way I ain't feel super bad because my wife forgot too, and we both forgot, so she can't be mad at me if she forgot too. So you know, that's a little hack for people.
That's just the love that we share. We don't care.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, we do, but we don't.
You know, and to the right of us, we have single cuz.
How y'all doing? Mr. 1%er on Instagram.
Yeah. Single ladies, he's single. Take him off the market, please.
Yeah, so we value his perspective as a single man.
You feel me? You can follow me on Instagram at poppychulo_dready.
And you can follow me on Instagram at lady_livy with 2 I's, Livii.
No
on
more
Instagram.
eyes.
Livii.
Yeah, it's too many scam pages out here, y'all. Poppy Hulo, Poppy Nuno, Poppy all of them. They out here. So don't get scammed by people. I don't do Bitcoin, so don't.
No.
If they try to say, nah, don't try to sell me that booty, right? You feel me? Let's get into it, right? Let's get into today's topic.
Let's dive into it.
All right, so this topic right here I feel strongly about, right? And I mean every word that I'm gonna say, so even if y'all feel like, what? Oh my God, he said what? I mean it, right? And trust me, this is gonna pretty much help a lot of you guys out, especially if you hear me out. Hear me out, don't kill me, hear us out, right? 'Cause we might have to share something with you guys that can actually help you better your relationship and your finances at the same time.
We are here to encourage you, never to discourage you. So
Come on.
just take it all in.
The topic is sex is for poor people.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sex is for poor people. I'm sorry,
Sex is
I didn't
for
let you know,
poor
but you know it's true, right? Listen, you gotta hear me out, right? We understand that people throw sex around so casually. You didn't have sex with this person. You meet somebody, you feel good about them, you're having sex. Hey, you don't want to go home lonely tonight. What you doing? You're having sex. These are the things that people are passing around so frivolously, like it's not nothing that's spiritual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sex is more about connection, you know, connection that you have with an individual. You don't supposed to be throwing that around. And why I correlated it with, you know, poor people is, think about all the money you spend trying to have these miscellaneous outings with people.
Outings, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just to get to that goal of, I just want to have sex with you and probably nothing else.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no end goal.
There's no end goal. You're
Yeah.
wasting so much money and time when you could be busy focusing on your future, your legacy, your building something.
Yeah, like the men who basically going around trying to tally up how many bodies they have.
Yeah.
Women do it too.
Oh yeah, or especially women. You know, well, probably not. You know, especially women, but you know, as far as like people who claim they're lonely all the time, people who dependent, always want somebody, you know, beside them or whatever the case is. Like, oh my God, I just need somebody. You know, because once people see people like me and you, they want that.
Yes.
So they try to get that out of everybody.
Yes.
Like you possibly can do it. Let me give you something so you can stay. And that's the wrong aspect to even look at that. You know what I'm saying?
It really is. My perspective on it, I mean, as you get older, you grow, and when you know better, you do better.
Right.
And I think nowadays, I guess it's our generation that if you're not lost, you're in this place where you're like, well, I'm not going to waste a body on that person, you know? That's like the saying, I wasted a body on you, because women are trying to keep their body count down now.
Right.
It's like they're more conscious. But there's still some people, I use the word people very loosely, that they go out and they meet strangers and they just want to catch a body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's you're emotionally drained at that point.
Facts.
But if you feel like you have the need to want to keep giving out like that, we're telling you right now, that's for poor people.
Right. Poor people do these things. Y'all got to understand, successful people is not trying to hook up like that.
Nope.
I know whatever y'all think y'all know, like far as like how it looks on TV or whatever, with everybody being more revealing or whatever, especially successful people. Man, people ain't giving it up like that, because you know why? Because that's draining. It takes a lot of, you know, mental clarity away from you as well. You know, especially when you're not with a person. Because it's different when that's why I call it connection instead of sex, right? Sex, I think that's a poor people term that they created, like, hey, I like you, let's do it, you know?
Right.
Versus, hey, let's get connected. Because once you're connected, it's like you're stable with somebody. You know, you locked in.
Yes.
And when you locked in, that's when you make more commitment. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want to tell people, like, yo, we need to commit more so, you know, so you can get to that objective. People need to have these contractual conversations.
And this is true. I actually have a definition of that I created myself. We'll get into it a little bit later. But people also don't realize that you're catching the energy of other people. Like, you're seriously, whatever energy they dealt with before you're literally picking it up and taking it to your body, whether you use protection or not. You're taking it all into yourself. Like, you might have a happy-go-lucky energy. This person might be low vibrational. They might be angry all the time. Now you connecting with them. You're literally putting your body, your essence, and you're mixing it. They might leave and get up and be happy-go-lucky for like a week straight.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that sexual energy actually stays on you for about 2 weeks.
Facts.
And then you might be very low vibrational. You feel off, really off, because you guys exchange energies. It's a serious thing. Like, you might go to work and now everybody that you're happy with, you can't even get along with, but it's not even you. It's the energy that you just laid with. So you have to be cautious about that. It's a spiritual connection as well.
It is, man. How you feel about it?
That definitely makes sense. I agree with that. You know what I mean? I feel like sex is for an adults. Sex is for an adult. So, like, you definitely have to be grown and be on your A game, doing what you're supposed to do as a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not mature, then it's not for you.
The thing is, most people ain't mature, man. It's like most people fall into this pocket of, I'm grown, I pay bills, that's mature. But that's far from it, right? Because I believe that certain people need to be coming to the table with something, you know, especially when it comes to having sex and this and that. Like, I'm not laying down with you unless we come up with a contractual conversation. When I say that, as far as like, yo, this is what I want from this, you know, because I've never been a dude that want to go out there and just do it randomly with people anyway. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, just to say that you did it? Hey, I did it with this person. Not knowing what that person can give you, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing what that person can give you, you know what I'm saying? It's a double on time, right? Because
yes, it is.
You don't know what type of energy that's on that person, right? Or what that comes with. Because now you're doing it with a random person, don't even know that this person is connected to their baby daddy still, who crazy, who kill people, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, crazy big mama or whatever the case is. And now your woman got to find out that her car tires just got slashed. You feel me? Because of that whole interaction.
Yes,
You know
and
what
that's
I'm
a serious thing. Like, once again, it's like the energies. Sometimes it might be the other person's third party energy.
Right.
And they might be chaotic because of this one person that they're constantly having intercourse with, and then now you're having intercourse with them, and now you have the energy of this man on you. You don't understand why you feel so aggressive for no reason.
Right.
That's the exchange of energy again.
Right.
But we're not even talking about procreating. Like,
Right. That's a whole nother thing.
that's a whole nother thing.
You know?
People getting out there exchanging energies, and they creating children with the same levels of chaos in their system.
Rich people just don't got the time.
They don't have the time.
Like, you just ain't got the time for that energy. Nobody got time to be wasting with people for these moments. Nobody got time to take out people out to random dates, you know what I'm saying? Filling them up with false hope. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it really is. That's false hope. You tell them, like, yo, yeah, we're going to be together, knowing that you have one thing in mind. Fellas, I think that you should be upfront about it, you know? And ladies, be upfront about it if that's what you want as well. Because sometimes ladies do this as well.
They just looking for a good time
You
in
know?
a meal.
Yeah, and say that. But if you're trying to become successful, you shouldn't even be trying to do that anyways.
Nope, you shouldn't. I think your energy is best allocated towards working on something.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a long-term relationship, by all means, go on a date or two, but don't give your body up, because once again, that's for poor people. When people notice that that's what you do, you eat, and then you run off and have intercourse with somebody, give your body up. This is me speaking to the men and the women. When you turn back around and you look at yourself and you realize that you have not accomplished anything but laying down on your back, like for months to years, it hits you. It hits you. You like, what did I do with the rest of my life? Like,
back muscle strong.
Back muscle strong. Yeah, but seriously, like you have to stop and reevaluate what have you done. And if your accolades is I laid on my back for 30 years. Yeah. I'm saying, because you might have started when you was 25, might have started when you was 18, but say you're 30. You wasted life.
I got one for you, right? Majority of the kings and queens back in the day, right? If you study any kingdom or whatever, most of those kings waited until their marriage to actually, lay down with that wife, lay down with that woman, right? So pretty much he was already committed to her. Like, hey, this is gonna result in you having a kingdom, and having responsibility for the people as well. So they didn't just do it right away. Like, hey, come here. No, what? They had a specific name for the people who they could do that with.
Concubines.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Going over to the brothels and all those things. Nah, they over here saying like, yo, I'm gonna be with you tonight. That's when we're gonna do this. That's when you're connecting with somebody for life.
Yes.
You need to have that type of king and queen energy. And ladies, don't think that makes a man stay or be more interested in you, because it really doesn't. If you give it up too quick, it's a high probability that man will not stay in your life, because that's not what he there for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave him something that he may be too fond of, right? Because if y'all do y'all thing, y'all know how it is on the first time, y'all over here going crazy, right? To the point where now this man is more interested in that versus you.
Yes.
Because you didn't tell him nothing about you.
And that goes to say, when you have crazy people knocking at your door and you're like, oh, well, why are you here at 3 o'clock in the morning? I didn't call you. Well, you shouldn't have did it like that if you didn't want me to come. Right, especially if you know for a fact that it was just a one-night stand.
From your perspective, single man who got all these things that we talking about right now, as far as like, you might engage in these encounters or whatever the case is. How has it benefited you, period, in the past?
Oh, no. I can't say I have grown a lot, you know what I mean? Because it's like, we all know that you're gonna spend a lot of money going on these different days trying to make these people happy. It's just like crazy, man. So it's like, I used to go out on dates and stuff, but it's like, now I wise up and I'm like, I know my worth and I know where I'm headed. So it's like, forget taking everybody out on dates. What I want to do in my life, what goals I'm looking to accomplish for myself. Right. So it's like, unless you have goals and you're heading in the same direction, like why are we even talking?
Right.
Exactly. So now is sex so super important to you?
Not more important than my goals. No, I can't say that. Okay. Because I don't have sex all the time. Here we go. You know what I mean? I have goals, so I have to meet those goals. Right. So it's not always on my mind. Like, of course, when we were younger. Yeah. But you grow out of that. You know. Grow out of that. It takes discipline, right? Discipline and
it's like boxers, like before Floyd fight, he said, I ain't doing nothing, I ain't laying down with nothing or whatever the case is. And you see that man has a not a blemish on his record because of his discipline that he has. I'm not laying down with nothing because I know it takes away stamina, it takes away energy, it takes away mental clarity because I'm so clouded, because I just had that big release when I need that release to actually go into battle with, you know, and people just giving that up on random people.
Yes.
When you could have had that thought-breaking moment to actually, yo, let me start a business, let me do this and that, or let me ask that person, hey, what's your goals? What's your business goals?
Right.
What do you want out of life?
And personally,
Come on.
I was able to say it sexy, and so it's like, I hope I said that right. You actually have to have some type of knowledge about yourself, be actually smart, and actually have goals and things going on with yourself. You can't just be a pretty face. You have to like want things in life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that it's aspects when you sit down and you talk to somebody about their goals in life and the things that they want.
Yeah.
And what they can bring to you and what you can offer to them, that's actually more sexier. It actually makes everything more intimate. But that's also the conversation about building.
Yeah.
And if you decide that you're not going to build with someone, why are you laying down having sex with them? Because sex is for poor people?
Yeah.
Because they never talk about building.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
that's just my take on it.
No, that's true. You know, they literally getting with each other super quick, and this is where you fail at. This is where you fail at. Like me, one of the most sexiest things, you know, as far as encounters with my wife is, when we laying up in our little tub in Section 8, right? And she telling me all her goals and dreams.
Yeah.
Women dream more, have more visions. Real men love to hear that. You're gonna ward off all the little guys off quicker. All the little dudes that don't want to do nothing, want to elevate, that's gonna ward them off. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna push them off versus bring them closer to you. You know, because I was drawn to that because I'm like, dang, she got goals and dreams. I'm just a street dude. I need to do more so I can become more, so I can actually, you know, make her happy or whatever the case is. Because I truly believe that, you know, and I say this and I stand on this. I stand on this right here. If you with somebody and y'all haven't you don't see no progression in life, he doesn't love you.
Yeah.
He don't
Well,
love
she doesn't love you either, because a woman will go out, she will get her body done, she will get her lips done, she'll get her eyebrows plugged, she'll add some lashes,
Yeah.
she'll do the whole 9 yards, get her hair done, get her teeth fixed, get everything done to attract the man. And then when she gets him, she's supposed to be in love. But at the same time, if she decides that that's the only thing that she wants to do, and she doesn't want to progress, and I don't mean like you have to go out and become a whole lawyer, or you have to become out and become a whole doctor. I'm just saying little things like she doesn't pick up a little hobby like knitting. She doesn't do little frivolous things that basically keep her mind going so she can keep wanting more.
Yeah.
And that's like just lackluster.
Yeah.
To not evolve, because you're gonna get with the man. If you want him to actually grow and to be somebody for you, you have to show him. The question is, what do you do to make a man pay all the bills?
Man, we're gonna say that for another podcast because that's a whole topic in itself that we can go in on. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I feel about it.
Yeah, we can do that, but let me finish. What do you do to make the man pay all the bills? You make him happy to do so. And what does a woman do to make, what does a man do to make a woman be everything she needs? You make him happy, make her happy enough to do so. And that goes with just growing. If you look at someone and you see yourself elevating, say for example, me and you,
yeah.
You see yourself elevating, and I'm just still here just putting on makeup, looking good, but I didn't learn to grow my vernacular.
Right.
Or I didn't pick up little hobbies like art or drawing to keep myself busy. And all I want to do is just look pretty and be up under you while you're trying to work.
Right.
Like, at that point, all I want is sex.
Yeah.
I'm looking good just to have sex. And it's like, what are you going to do with yourself?
Right.
Do something with yourself. Stay busy, grow.
Yeah.
Be something that the man actually wants to take with him as he grows into himself.
True.
But once again, sex is for poor people. So if she's only looking for sex all the time, just realize when the man gets busy and he can't entertain that anymore, you're gonna go out and look for more sex.
Right.
Because sex is for poor people.
Which is why there's so many kids popped up in this world, right? Like if you ever go to any projects, how many kids you see each person got? Like 3 to 5, right? 3 to 5 here, 3 to 5 here, 3 to 5 here.
That's a lot.
And this next generation, boy, that's coming up, it's like, woo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because you know, like It's selling too quick. Sex sells, right? So all they see is that. You know, that's all they promote out here. And remember, everybody can do it. That's like one of the reasons why they do it, because everybody can do it. 99% versus the top 1%. 99% know how to do that. They don't got to be good at nothing else, but they know how to lay down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue of what's going on with today. You know what I'm saying? Like most cultures, right? They get their life straight before they actually sit down and have all these children.
Yes.
It's a cycle to keep you poor.
Of course.
It's a cycle to keep you poor.
Because it sells, and that's the thing that attracts you the most. You know, at least when it comes to people. You know, first thing you look at is, oh, nice eyes, nice body, nice this and that. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at a person like, oh. Hey, you know what I mean?
But that's just a bonus, you know, that's an add-on.
Yeah, that's the add-on, you know what I'm saying? But people making that mainly the main entree. That's not the main entree. You know, you need to find out what's up here.
Right.
Because I ain't trying to talk to you if you ain't got no brains in your head, because you're going to make my life harder. While we're trying to get to this goal, right? Get to this place in life, you're not thinking outside the box. You're only thinking about these basic things, you know? And most people, what you hear them saying, majority of the women who leave successful men, they always say it's a sex issue.
Yes.
Majority of the time, they always say, I wasn't pleased sexually.
Yes.
Okay.
Or financially, but you know, sex is a major thing.
Mainly sex. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Financially, it's like, I'm talking about as far as when they get with a successful guy.
Yeah, with successful men,
Yeah.
that they leave because of the sex, but at the same time, once again, that woman isn't busy enough cultivating herself.
Yeah.
And that's when you know for a fact she's not just poor financially without that man, she's actually poor mentally as well.
That's a fact.
So once again, I encourage you ladies, if you don't want to be a poor sex slave, like seriously, because if you just jump in the body, that's basically what you're just doing.
That was going free.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Cultivate yourself.
Yeah, man.
You can go ahead, Ty.
I was gonna say a lot of times it's because of they say not enough attention, I guess. But you know, if you have a busy man and he's handling business and he's trying to meet his goals, you get what I'm saying? He's trying to meet his goals.
Jesus Christ, pick your struggle. Poor people got too much complaints about this, that, and the third. Like, oh my God, man, like, he's busy all the time. What do you want? You want a poor man who got nothing but time, playing the game, sitting at home, all in your face. Hey, when we going to shopping? And then you make sure you stay in this aisle, the great value versus this and that. Which struggle do you want? Like, we gotta understand that you will never meet every cylinder of what you want.
Well, we also gotta break it down because it's stepping stones to this.
Yeah.
The stepping stones to this. It's that first phase when you get together.
Yeah.
And you decide that you're finally gonna come together with somebody and y'all love each other. So you're accepting all the good and the bad.
Yeah.
He plays the game all the time. She doesn't do anything but be on the phone. Or you guys are always together. But once you start to grow, you realize that, once again, I keep going back to cultivating yourself, that you both have separate needs. Even though you want to do it together, it might not always work out that way. So you have to find yourself. Go back and start finding yourself again and find yourself with that person at the same time.
Yeah.
So when they're busy, you realize, they're not busy and it's not taken away from me. They're busy to give to me. So I'm going to be busy so I can give back to them versus complaining, oh, we don't spend enough time together. For starters, you ain't got no money to spend time. So what kind of time are you spending?
You know what? I think women is notorious for this, but guys do it as well.
Yeah.
But guys do it a little low key, but women do this high key. Frankensteining people.
Oh, you gotta explain.
Frankensteining people, far as like, I like this from Rodney, I like this from Jake, I like this from this and that, and I need you to be all 6 of my past men. The good qualities they have that she liked in this dude: sex drive here, hustle here, caring about her here, right? Try to Frankenstein a guy.
Yeah.
Each guy that she meets, try to Frankenstein him. And dudes do it on the low key. Dudes might not say it outright, like, I want you to be like my ex Tina and this and this and that, right? Going down the line, they're gonna say it within, man, why you don't do this? Why you don't do that, right? Because most guys don't even know how to actually present that. But women will be like, it'd be nice if you had, and that's normally from past relationships or from something that they've seen in individuals just watching them. Because dudes hit me up all the time and say, man, bro, why my lady saying I need to be more like da-da-da? That's the wrong aspect. Don't say that you need to be more like Libby. Don't say you need to be more like Keenan. right?
Yeah.
Because we're individuals. You
Yeah.
individuals. It's about finding your individualism in your relationship that makes sense for y'all. Because that's like wouldn't you say that's a red flag, man? Saying
This
you
is
need to
true,
be more
man.
like this person?
This is true. This is true. Build a man. I mean, like, you can't really build a man. You can help a man grow into what you want him to be,
Yeah.
but inevitably, it's his choice.
Right.
And I give it up to the women who can accept the man for what they have to offer,
Yeah.
and then you come back to the relationship like, hey, would you like to grow with me?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to grow and I want
You
to
did
change
that.
some things. I did that. I know. So that's why I'm gonna speak on it.
Right. She didn't push me, y'all. She.
It was more like
It was nudges. It was nudges. It was small nudges.
yeah, it was introducing him to a different world that I saw.
Yeah.
That I knew for a fact that his skills will be greatly used in. Like, once he applied his skills in a certain area, I knew he would blossom in. But that's actually getting to know somebody like through and through. And then when you can see what they actually can contribute,
Yeah.
you try to lead them to the direction. And a lot of people are like, well, you can't make a man do what he want to do. No, but you can suggest that, hey, you're great at this. You should try this. And if you don't like it, then, oh, well, and just leave it.
We know women is the main motivators for a man to do a lot of stuff.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, you wonder why this man just didn't conquer this empire. That's because he had a great night with his wife, and they sitting down and having a dope conversation about tomorrow.
And then she stroked his ego.
Stroked his ego, and it's like a small input of information that made him want to come back home to his wife. You feel me? Because of that adoring appreciation. Like, yo, I appreciate everything that you do for me and what you say. And what you did was so slick. That was player what you did. But what you did that was so slick was, you didn't push me, right? Ladies, listen up, right? Didn't push me to do things. It was like, hey, you're in this area, so this and that. So she already know, like, if she want me to be there more emotionally, she knew that I had to conquer certain goals, right? Like I always used to tell you, like, I don't got time too much to focus on emotions because we got to build this business. So you gave me certain nuggets to help me build the business faster, so I could get to where you needed me to be at faster.
Yes, this is true.
You know what I'm saying? But people ain't doing that.
And that's the ability of a woman that most women find it hard to put together.
Yeah.
Like, they can't find it in themselves. They only look at the exterior and say, I have to look like this to actually make a man do what I want him to do. No, you have to make that man feel that he's needed, he's wanted, and what he can do, he can actually achieve. And it's about the feeling and the emotion, because sometimes, like, you don't have to be a 10, you can be a 6 and work your way through a man's emotions, and basically he'll conquer the world for you, because it's about his feelings at the end of the day. We're all human beings, so we work off feelings, and then some work off logic. But if you're a 6, once again, I say you better cultivate yourself and become something more, because if you don't work this man and he gets to the top, and he might leave you for something better. So that's why I always say cultivate yourself if you don't feel like you have all the features. Why you see you working for him to be this better version of himself, you better be working on your body, you better be working on your makeup, you better be working on your hair, you better be working on the best version of yourself possible so you can be what each other needs. Because men are visual.
Yeah, I like that.
Men are visual.
What I want to add to that is, like, from my perspective, or from what I've seen growing up with my mother before she passed away, and my stepfather, even though she was married, she gone now, God rest her soul, but something I did learn from him in that relationship was, I'm not married, but they gave me something that when I get married, I would understand. Like, when you marry somebody, you need to understand that it's just you and them.
Yeah.
It ain't no divorce, it ain't no second, because a lot of people be thinking, well, I can always get a divorce, or I can look for a second person and do better. You already thinking wrong right now. You already thinking wrong.
That means you're not in a relationship.
Exactly. You ain't even all the way in it. You got one foot out the door. You know what I'm saying? So you really need to, like, somebody got to be the bigger person in a relationship, because most of the time, the man and the woman, somebody gonna be stubborn. So at some point, somebody got to sacrifice in order for the other person to start coming along and following eventually. So yeah, you might have to get your feelings hurt for a little while, you know, at least until, you know, things get situated and calm down. You got to be the bigger person sometimes. But at the end of the day, that person, if they really love you and they care about you, they'll realize like, okay, this person always being a bigger person.
Right.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So
No, I agree.
yeah, you really gotta understand you in it for the long run.
People having divorce parties.
Yeah, that's
right. Like in my perspective, it's like, yo, you can't make light of something that you just broke your vows with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember, a whole thing about marriage is, you know, you reading off the, you know what I mean, and you walking down, you making a covenant with the Lord about you and this person coming together, joining as one. And people done already seen divorce parties, and they see most of the time the divorce parties be more lit than the actual parties at the wedding. Yeah. People be, I'm single.
Right.
Like being single is like a trophy. I hear certain people say, oh man, being single is, I'm loving myself and being single. Well, listen, love yourself to work yourself into an empire, because I believe, you know, like, yo, you could accomplish a lot. We got a lot of single millionaires in our program. You know what I'm saying? Like e-commerce program, shameless plug if you didn't know, you know, nextbracket4u.com, you know. But we got a lot of single women, but they're not trying to stay single. They're trying to get married because they realize they can build an empire together.
The goal is to be married and create legacy. Yeah. And if you're out having frivolous sex with people, intercourse, then you're not necessarily going towards the goal. Once again, you're going to wake up with a strong back. You're going to wake up with a strong back.
You're going to know how that position look. You know, every cylinder is like, this is a popcorn cylinder. This is a flat. It's too much. Like,
and if you're celebrating at your wedding about how you just got out this horrible relationship, 9 times out of 10 you only got in it on your back. And when the sex got boring or the sex wasn't enough, it's because you didn't grow with this person, and now you just want to terminate because you don't have any foundation to stand on. Right. That's why we say sex is for poor people. And a lot of times y'all be having these parties because y'all can't really celebrate with a bag or walk away with the bag. Right. Like you're seriously like, I'm just gonna have this nice party, and this divorce is gonna be final, and I'm gonna go about my life and restart over. But people don't tell you that these women also cry.
Come on now.
They be upset that they didn't give their relationship a true fighting chance with a true foundation. Or they did, and they had to give up the foundation because the foundation was off sex, 9 times out of 10. Yeah. And the person either cheated because it was about sex. Yeah. Or it goes vice versa.
Especially when you ain't trying to worry about building. You ain't connecting with nobody. You ain't
not connecting.
You know, like connection is something beautiful, guys. And I argue that most people haven't ever experienced love before. You haven't experienced love before. And I would say that right now.
I love your version of this.
Wholeheartedly. You know, y'all got to think about what is love, right? Like if you think that you ever been in real love before, like I know what real love is, because most people say that. When I say, you know, money can buy love, most people be like, what? Money can't buy no love. You tripping.
Those just be attachments.
Right. I'm like, money buys real love. What you mean by money can't buy no real love? How would you know? The same person that you was with back in the day when you was all googly-eyed on the phone, falling asleep, drooling, you know, I love you, da-da-da. You hate that person now. Most of those people are on child support now. Most of those people can't stand each other to be in the same room without arguing now. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand that those are temporary emotions that you attach into a heavy word, you'll understand that you've never been in love before. Think about COVID, right? COVID, lockdown, you in the house. We thinking that this world finna be overran by babies. Babies in the street like New York, like crawling like crazy. But guess what? What happened? Divorces, abuse,
separation,
domestic violence. They calling the police more than anything.
Yes.
This person out of my house, I can't stand them.
Right.
And that's all because you didn't even know the person who you was sleeping next to.
Nope.
Sex is for poor people, right? You didn't even know that person you was sleeping next to. You got with them out of convenience. Most of the time when you have a 9 to 5, you can't really connect with a person for real. It's hard to connect, guys. This is why we push you guys to start a business. Learn from us to start a business so we can teach you how to get into that mindset, because think about it. You going from 9 to 5, that person going from 9 to 5, and we go out and bust their bubble, baby. We go out to bust their bubble. Fellas, most of these ladies got work husbands. Ladies, these dudes got work wives.
Yep.
They talk to that person more than they talk to you.
Yeah, they're around people for at least 8 hours of the day. They go to sleep with you, they wake up with you, and they're going to spend the weekend with you. And 9 times out of 10, they probably won't take their vacation with you, When they have time off, they're probably gonna go out hanging with the boys.
Right, or the girls.
Or the girls. And it's just no connection, seriously. Once again, sex is for poor people, and you're in a relationship where it's only convenient because you guys are having sex so you can come home from work and there's a body.
Exactly, that's convenience sake. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you would think that people were finna get it on, right? You in the house the majority of the time, you know, with your person, your favorite person, your supposed to be favorite person, but people found out that wasn't their favorite person. Yeah. You know, because they realized that person ways. Remember, when you have a 9 to 5, it distracts you from what actually goes on during the daily basis of you being with this person. You start to find out a little bit more about what annoys you.
Yep.
Man, this annoys me. Oh my God, this person, the way they snore, the way they do. You start to realize certain things that you don't like about a person versus, oh man, I fell in love with that. I didn't know she did this.
Yeah.
People looking for flaws at that point. Because for one, you don't want to be on lockdown. You already frustrated. That was the time to connect, but you couldn't connect because that wasn't the person for you.
Right. The work wife or work husband probably was.
Listen, the work wife and work husband, y'all do know that if you're not asking your lady or your man about how their day was, somebody else did. And it's normally the person who they sit next to at work. Right? Because your girl, she's telling John everything. Because he's asking, hey, how was your weekend? How was your day? How was it? She's telling him all her problems. Why you think most people cheat with their coworkers? You know what I'm saying? They always do this and that, right? Because that person, they feel more comfortable, you know, with that person.
They spending more time.
Versus the person they is with home, you know, because they don't want to bring the problems home.
Where we work from, babe?
Huh?
Where we work from?
Home. We work from home, so anytime I got problems, she already know. I'm babe, babe, today was like,
right.
I'm gonna tell her and she do it vice versa, and we ain't gotta go to nobody. We ain't gotta confide in nobody, because guys, I know y'all might have friends of the same sex.
Yes.
This is an issue. This is a red flag, right? And I'm gonna ask you something in a second, right? Like, same-sex friends should, not same-sex, but opposite-sex friends. Opposite-sex friends should never be a thing, bro, because you're going to get closer to that person one way or another, right? One way or another. It's like, my best friend, that's my buddy.
I disagree. I believe that you can have opposite-sex friends, but I believe that they're supposed to be in relationships with another spouse.
But
like
most of those
marriages.
Times, those things end though.
No, I say like this. Say for example, our friend Danny and Dale. Like I'm friends with Dale, you friends with Danny.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're all friends.
Yeah, but
there's boundaries.
They're together and they're married. You know.
And then also,
so that's a whole different thing for us.
And I also say people who are able to respect boundaries. You know when people can't respect boundaries, and you know when people can't respect boundaries. You're not supposed to have sexual energy. People have to learn how to connect. That's a whole nother topic I'll talk about later. Learning how to hone in on your own sexual energy, because you could be around somebody that can look really good, but if they're pushing out